He is 30 years old, been a member of the PBA for 7 years, but not that much out here. But this is a great opportunity for him, Bo. 5'11", 180 pounds.
Got a tough match in front of him. Wiseman, a proven champion, averaging better than 230 on the TV pair. Forkel, his first shot.
Oh, that'll take some pressure off. Forkel with a strike on the left lane. His best finish here in 1991 was 11th at the Fresno Open. His best ever as a PBA member was 6th at Dublin.
Wiseman, who has struck 11 out of 12 shots on this right-hand lane in his 2 previous matches. That's been the key to his victory. First frame semifinal.
He had 16 strikes in his 2 victories. First frame, again, it's all even.
Wiseman, who I said started duckpin bowling at the age of 4, turned to 10 pins at the age of 10, and at the age of 15 bowled his first perfect game. 300 for that young man, age of 15 years old. Now you take a look at the full grip of Wiseman. Tucks that pinky finger, spreads that index finger for balance. The fingers inserted to the first knuckle. Got that low profile position, much like Ballard and Holman. Too many idolized. Right now going in the second frame.
Okay. Danny Wiseman opening with a double, putting pressure on a first-time starter on television, Eric Forkel. 2 regional titles. Leaving a 3-5 on the right lane.
Eric Forkel with a very simple style. Good push away, solid swing, inside out. Look at this position as he hits his pivot step. Just gives it a little bit too much speed. Drifts by and leaves the 3-5. Got to avoid chopping the 3 off the 5, second frame.
You heard him say well with that wireless mic.
Boy, it's so tough to bowl in your first championship round. I know what this young man's going through. As you see him chop the 3 off the 5, he's going against an experienced player, Wiseman, who started with 2 strikes against him, gave him no room for breather. Let's see if Eric can come back here in the 3rd and 4th frames.
Leaving a 2, 4, and 7.
All the spares are tough at this point. As you see the angle that Eric is attacking the championship pair, you see that ball just inside the second arrow. He'd like to get it between the first and second arrows. Once again, has left himself a very difficult spare, the 2, 4, 7.
Well done, Eric. So now Mr. Wiseman. Double up, shooting in the 3rd frame. And does he use all the approach? He really does. And from overhead, you'll see what I mean.
Long stride, long slide, excellent arm swing.
Oh, is that a powerful ball?
You know, he said he was in a little bit of slump. He finished 150 pins under a 200 average last week in Dublin, which is barely over a 190 average, not much for a top pro. Then he gave us his practice regimen, over 7 hours in one day. And a top pro like Danny Wiseman can bowl more than 6 games an hour. So you're talking 40 or 50 games a day he was bowling. And he's reaping the fruits of all that practice right now, 4th frame.
Danny Wiseman, 2 PBA titles, 2 Eastern Regional titles. We'll be back. Sports. Here in our third match, Danny Wiseman in the white shirt has a very comfortable lead, 46 pins, over way running a little bit behind our schedule. His opponent, Eric Forkel, a non-winner, left a 3-5-6-9 in the fourth, but covered them. Then in the fifth, came up and marked with a strike. Now with 4 in a row, Danny Wiseman of Baltimore, fifth frame. All right, 5 in a row as we go to Bo.
Thank you, Chris. Our dapper tournament leader, one of the best dressed men in all sports, Dave Ferraro. The pins don't know that you're dressed so well, David. It's been 0 wins and 6 losses in the championship round in the last 2 years. Any game plan change today?
Well, I really don't think about what happened in the past. I fought all week to get where I'm at, and hopefully with a couple of breaks I'll win this tournament.
He seems very confident, Chris. We'll know who's going to be the winner in about 20 minutes. Back to you.
32-year-old Dave Ferraro, Kingston, New York. From Baltimore, 23-year-old Danny Wiseman. He is halfway. He had 16 strikes coming into this, his third game. Now with 6 in a row. And first time on TV, you have to meet a buzzsaw like Wiseman, Eric Forkel. Oh, he's got a double of his own. Good boy. Eric Forkel told us earlier how he got started in the great sport of bowling.
Well, when I was about 8 years old, my uncle got me started in bowling. He put a bowling ball in my hand and he told me to start bowling. And I worked hard on it, and years went along, and I bowled the juniors, and my father helped me a lot. He helped me a lot to get started, and I wish he could be here right now, but he passed away a few years ago, and if things really work out well today, I would dedicate this tournament to him.
Well, Eric will cheer for you. 3 in a row. First time on television. Pressure really on. Proud of his lifelong dream of making the Final 5, Bo. And here going against a red-hot Danny Wiseman.
Well, you're right. Wiseman experienced, even though he's only been out on the tour a couple of years, and Forkel's really doing what he should do. Forkel is basically doing and keeping his game together. Now, Danny Wiseman with 6 strikes in a row, possible perfect game, obviously. Haven't had one in a couple of years. The last one by Bob Benoit at the Quaker State, 1988. 7th frame.
Came by just a moment ago. Is that telling us something? Good boy. 7. There will be one difference, though. As wife Lisa looks on, there is not a true value $100,000 prize should one of our pros here on the spring-summer tour.
Well, we'll just take it out of your paycheck, Chris. You've been out here 30 years, and you're an interested party being entertained.
I'll have to work 2 more years to total the 100, okay?
Just be a
Maybe
small token from Chris Schenkel. Danny Wiseman, 7 strikes in a row, going for 8.
Okay, Moneybags. Winner today gets $18,000 here in Seattle.
Sweet shot. Leaves a solid 10 in the 8th. Best he can shoot is 279. Has the match well in hand. But Eric Forkel still has the potential 244. So there's an outside chance Forkel could come back.
Seven in a row, Danny Wiseman, and a relieved smile.
He likes it until he sees the result.
Game of 10 pins. We'll be back after this.
Oregon Open on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour next Saturday.
Danny Wiseman in the lead. Not as much as when we left. 9th frame, spare up.
Crossed over.
While we were away, Eric Forkel trying his very best to make a match of it, though. with a strike in the 8th and 9th frames, making it a 5-bagger.
Chris Forkel has come back from his little bit of nervous start at the first 4 frames, and believe it or not, Wiseman got a great break here in the 9th. If he goes high and gets a split, Forkel could win the match. So right now, Wiseman has it pretty much in control, but Forkel really coming back has a potential 244. Wiseman working at a 259 pace, a potential 279. Big scores.
Watching which is enough.
Danny Wiseman is the winner here. His 3rd victory of the afternoon, as we're live from Skyway Park Bowl in the Emerald City.
What kind of TV bowler is this young man? His average coming in today after 5 games in the championship round is 240.3. He's going to up that through the first 3 games today. Great championship match coming up. The determined Ferraro against the upstart Danny Wiseman.
Spectators, you probably heard him ooh and ah, thinking that there was going to be a miss.
Wiseman
Probably included Lisa
match.
Wiseman.
Well, for Danny, he had that left-hand lane figured out most of this game, kind of lost it here in the 10th frame. Let's see how he gathers his thoughts for the championship match.
7-1. Won and lost on TV. Ooh. And he shoots a big 259 in his 3rd victory. Now he will meet the tournament leader, Dave Ferraro. ABC Sports Presentation.